had one and I forgot it. So it was like unique.
Recycling toilet paper.
I mean, wow. Wow.
I mean, I only brought it up because it is a real thing. Like people do that.
How do you recycle toilet paper?
Do you want me to tell you or?
Yes. What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop, hip-hop music duo Band of Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely California. And right now, you're tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that's funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But before we jump into today's topic, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with 2 people who are flashy, but you know they faking it, man.
That's cold world, man.
They ain't got it for real.
It's a cold world.
They ain't got it.
It's a cold thing.
So we again, we've talked about this before. We're Hollywood centric, and Hollywood, Los Angeles is well known for people out here being flashy. They looking sharp. They got the clothes. I mean, they just decked out. Going to fancy restaurants in the hottest clubs, and then they go back to their studio apartment where they can barely afford to keep the lights on. It's just like, it's very much what you see isn't always what you get. Have you had that experience, Jericho? Have you seen people like that, or have you tried to be like that, or you just kind of,
I get the appeal of it because there's always the two sides that seem to be competing, right? There's being rich and looking rich.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's more fun to look rich than to be rich because being rich requires more discipline, and it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone sees you. And so if you care about what people think, then you really want to look rich. And yeah, I know people that are like that. They talk a big game about the moves that they're making and this and that, and they show up in nice whatever. They make sure to show up to the place and then change into something nicer because they have an important thing to go to, and they make sure everybody knows that they're going to this important thing, and they're better than you. It's like, okay, I get you, bro. But it's sometimes hard to tell because in LA, Hollywood, people look pretty good. Like physically look good. They're in shape. They wear nice clothes. You can get really nice clothes on a budget too. If you really have to, you don't have to go to Melrose and blow $800 on a t-shirt. You can go to, I saw the nicest jacket, honestly, last week at Ross for like $25. And I was like, ooh, I was killing. So you can make yourself look flashy without too much. In fact, yeah, Ross has a whole jewelry section. You can get decked out for under $100. You can. But you always question it. I think you always question it. It's like, I wonder if that person really is somebody. Usually the telling point is if they're where I am, they're probably not rich. That's probably
Hey, you come to this Starbucks too to use the Wi-Fi? Yeah.
Doubt.
Yeah, man, they shut mine off. But I look fly though, don't I?
Like that from Boondocks where Riley takes all the money that Grandad gave him for the weekend, blew it all on one shopping.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Ain't I'm clean though?"
Yeah. Riley, we don't have food to eat. Oh man, I'm clean though. Well, I brought this up because I saw a study by Redfin, which is a company that's into like the housing market. And obviously, the economy has been very rocky for the past few years now. And inflation is sky high. And they did a study that shows that about 49% of Americans are struggling to even just pay their rent. And they're cutting costs in the most unique ways that they can just to, I guess, survive.
Okay.
While still trying to look like everything is okay. So I guess a lot of people like really are struggling. So I mean, 50%, that's like one out of every two people that you know. So that's a lot of people. But they said that they are to compensate. They are skipping vacations right now. They're working extra hours. They're selling their belongings. They're using up their retirement savings, especially millennials. Um, and they're even skipping meals and medical treatments so they can keep their lifestyle but pay their rent. Um, what is that? How does that sound to you? Is that shocking, or is it like, okay, that's where we're in right now?
It sounds like bad prioritizing and an overimportance on the exterior, right? Just like my life is just an Instagram reel. So as long as everyone's giving me the likes and I mean like publicly, like they're, oh look, you're doing well, then
Yeah,
that's all that really matters. And then they can suffer in silence,
yeah,
it seems unfortunate that that's being and people wonder why there's so much anxiety and mental health and depression and stuff because maybe from out of balance priorities and then all of a sudden these results that they're getting from their lives are just kind of depressing, but they don't want to admit it. And
yeah,
that's, I guess that.
yeah. I think you're right. Like social media especially fuels that, and it's like I've never, well, I won't say never, but I rarely gone to social media and see someone be like, "Hey, here's a picture of me like cutting down on fast food because I can't afford it." Like that isn't. That's like it's the highlights of people's lives, and so you only see the good stuff. Um, when they're all like a lot of people can be struggling. Um, so I just have a couple of questions
Okay.
just so people can see how we living. You know what I'm saying? Um, uh, so inflation is hitting everybody. Like I don't. I feel like everybody feels it at some level.
Hmm.
So for people who are cutting costs, are there some stuff on this list that you are doing or have done, or some things that you're not on the list that you're doing? That's just like uh, just keeping you in a good position financially.
Yeah, I love to travel and I haven't really gone on a vacation since 2022.
Mm,
I think I've honestly only left the state like twice in the last year and a half. So there's that. Even though traveling isn't expensive, vacationing is expensive. So I mean, if I wanted to, I
mm,
could go to some place and stay in an Airbnb and chill. But vacationing, I haven't taken a vacation in a while, and then I haven't gotten tattooed really because I like tattoos, obviously. But again, it's like, is it a priority? I suppose not. So I've been held back on that, and then just eating out in general, cooking more, eating out less,
hmm
and even with dating, trying to find that like happy medium between like let's not go all out on this. Let's find a place where it's like it's not burgers and fries, but it's definitely not Beverly Hills top of the line because I got money for that.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
those,
both
those
of those areas.
yeah, those are all like very practical things. Um, I would say I do some of the same thing. If I could offer something different, one thing that I did recently that you noticed, and then I've talked about it before, and it wasn't just because of like prices, but it was just I just wasn't getting the quality service.
Hmm.
Was my haircuts. So like I just started, and I did one pretty recently. I think it looks kind of clean, man.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
think I'm out here like I could do a few things
I feel you. I feel
as a
you.
barber, but like I mean, a large part of that was just frustration, just unable to find a barber. If I do find a barber, like I have him for a minute, and then he moved to Texas or something. Like something always happens. I'm just
Mhm.
like I'm so frustrated trying to find a barber, and so I'm just let me just get my hair isn't that complicated. Just need to teach myself how the fade part is really the hardest part.
Right.
But other than that, like I just do it myself, and it saves me like a lot of money at the same time. So it's like a win-win situation.
There you go.
So I do like the eating out thing too. That's a thing. And then What else have I been doing?
What else has he been doing?
Oh, I had one and I forgot it. So it was like unique.
Recycling toilet paper.
I mean, wow. Wow.
I mean, I only brought it up because it is a real thing. Like people do that.
How do you recycle toilet paper?
Do you want me to tell you, or
Yes, because that doesn't make sense at all. After it's been used, how do you reuse it again?
you rinse it off?
No, you can't do that
You
with
hang it up
toilet
to
paper.
dry
No.
in your house.
Well, then it's not toilet paper. It's like a rag or something, right?
It's toilet paper. I've seen videos of this, man.
That's not possible.
It's apparently this guy knows something that I don't,
It
because
disintegrates with like water. How can you wash toilet paper?
he washes toilet paper and he hangs it up to dry like it's the South in 1945. Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming you don't do that. Or if you did do that, you would have no friends. So please don't do that. But yes, that is a thing I've seen people do to cut down. And I'm talking about a person that I forget what movie I saw, but this guy was a millionaire. And that's part of his frugal plan. I think it's a little extreme, but everyone got their thing. He recycled toilet paper. So don't do that. Please don't do that.
Wow.
That's very gross. And yeah, he has no friends.
Right. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's not what you were going to say.
That was I've never heard of that. That's
Yep.
interesting. All right. Well, here's another thing. Last thing about affordability to just kind of put things into perspective. The people who have houses are having a hard time paying the mortgages, and the people who don't have houses, it just looks more unaffordable every day. And so, the study also showed that the average American earns 30,000 less than what they need to purchase a house. So you're 30,000 a year annually.
That sounds right.
So I kind of went down the rabbit hole of mathematics. Okay, how much is this? How many people is this affecting? So the average income that they say you need to buy a house. This is a national average to buy an average house, to get a mortgage and stuff like that. $109,000 a year. That's household income.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have to be an individual. It could be like a partnership or whatever. So that's 109,000 a year to buy a house. In California, what do you think that number is? Specifically, Los Angeles.
Higher for sure. I would go to like 145. Is that not enough? I hope that's enough.
That's generous. Household income, according to them, they said you need $231,000.
Yo, I mean, that's okay. More than I expected, but it doesn't sound. I know people that are paying $5,000 a month on their apartment. So
yeah. On that mortgage, that's what you'd be paying, about $5,400 a month for a house.
It's not possible for most people.
You got to think it makes sense, because if you're paying, that's math. I want to do it. That's almost $65,000 in mortgage payments.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a quarter of 240 something thousand. So I think people would expect you to and be in the like 25-30% range of how much goes to your mortgage payment to make you eligible. So
Sure.
200,000 plus sounds right if you're paying $65,000 a year in mortgage payments.
It's crazy. I mean, you can get a house in the sticks, of course, in the desert, whatever.
Oh yeah,
cheaper,
yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, this is just like median nice house, somewhere.
yeah, LA is no joke.
So last thing I checked out is how many people that cuts out. So how many people make under $240,000 to be eligible to buy a house like this?
Most is the answer.
Your answers have been so general.
I mean, how many people are in California? 35 million, something like that?
I don't know. And I think this may have been Los Angeles. So I don't want to.
Oh, okay. So Los Angeles, maybe it's 14 million, 15 million. I don't know. But of those.
Well, just on a percentage, because that's what I have here.
Oh, like 95, 95%.
95. That was it.
Uh-huh.
So 95% of people cannot afford a house. So
Yep.
This has been another depressing episode of the Life's a Circus podcast. For all you renters out there, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share how difficult it is for you to buy a house, because it doesn't seem possible for the large majority of people.
Accurate.
Yeah, inflation. Keep your job. Bye.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs. Take our